Okay guys, so आज के वीडियो में we going to learn about the internal and the external range liquidity. Okay, so till now you guys know about fair value gap, order block, about liquidity, about swing high, swing low, overlapping, right? So now from today, basically we're going to frame everything piece by piece. Okay, we're going to use fair value gap as an internal, we're going to use liquidity for a target, vice versa, liquidity to fair value gap. Okay, so let's start this video. So first of all, let's discuss what is internal range liquidity. नाम से ही यहाँ पे क्या है, internal. Okay, so internal range liquidity हम लोग का होगा that is going to be our fair value gap or imbalance. Okay, so internal range liquidity, whenever I'll say internal range liquidity, that means कि I'm saying about fair value gap or imbalance. Okay, so that's basically our internal range liquidity. So as you all know, what is imbalance? Imbalance are three candle formation. Okay, imbalance are area on the chart where price does not have an efficient retest of price, right? So this is basically it's our imbalance, right? Fair value gap here, right? So imbalance is our internal range liquidity. Okay, so this is bullish fair value gap example here. Same applies on the bearish fair value gap also. Okay, now let's talk about external range liquidity. What is external range liquidity? सो इसका नाम से क्या लग रहा है, एक्सटर्नल? तो इट इज गोइंग टू बी ओल्ड हाई ओल्ड लो बेसिकली. ओके, जो लास्ट वीडियो हम लोग डिस्कस किए थे कि लिक्विडिटी कहाँ रेस्ट करता है, ओल्ड हाई ओल्ड लो स्विंग हाई, राइट? सो एक्सटर्नल रेंज लिक्विडिटी इज डिफाइंड बाय ओल्ड हाई और ओल्ड लो. सो वेन एवर वी गोइंग टॉक अबाउट एक्सटर्नल रेंज लिक्विडिटी, कीप इन माइंड कि हम लोग ओल्ड हाई ओल्ड लो के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. ओके, so you can see we have this high as a buy side liquidity and this low as a sell side liquidity. Okay, so defining internal and external range liquidity. So internal range liquidity is defined by fair value gap. Now you guys know. External is defined by old high or old low, right? So these 2 points are important. Okay, this last 2 point. When external range liquidity is taken, then fair value gap internal become the next draw on liquidity. Okay, so whenever you will see market grab some old high, old low. Okay, whenever you will see market is grabbing old high, old low, जो फिर हम लोग का फेयर वैल्यू गैप होगा ना, मार्केट उसके साइड ड्रॉ करेगा, उसके साइड basically trade करेगा. I'll show you example also, but just keep in mind this 2 point. Okay, and the second point is when fair value gap is stacked, जब हम लोग imbalance या fair value gap fill कर लेंगे, तो what we will target old low or old high, and that is going to be our external target. Okay, so let me show you some illustration first of all. So let's say market traded from low high, then this low. Okay, so this old low is what is this? This is our external range liquidity, right? So you can see this old low is external range liquidity. So let's say we grabbed here. Okay, when price moved from this high to this low, market grabbed this external range liquidity, right? So if market grab external range liquidity, where it is going to draw, basically where it is going to retrace, it is going to retrace to the fair value gap. So if we have created any fair value gap from this high to this low in this leg, if we have created any fair value gap, the market will most likely going to draw to this internal range liquidity. So we're looking for market from moving. Okay, so I'm repeating again. So let's say here we grabbed external range liquidity here, right? This was the old low, right? And here you can see price grabbed this external range liquidity. And here you can see we have this fair value gap in this leg. So अगर market external range liquidity grab कर चुका है, then the next draw on liquidity is going to be our internal range liquidity. Okay, and then price will draw to internal next here. Okay, and this is going to be example of external to internal. Okay, and here you can see we are right now at where we are at this internal range liquidity, that is our fair value gap. Okay, so what we have learned on last slide. So if we tap internal range liquidity, the next draw on liquidity, जो next draw on liquidity हम लोग का होगा, it is going to be the old low. Okay, because you can see we are at right now at this bearish fair value gap. So we're looking for So here you can see we are at this bearish fair value gap. So we're going to look for the sell setup, right? Because we are at bearish fair value gap here. So if we're looking for the bearish move, what we will target? Old low or old swing low, right? So here you can see we have this old swing low. So this is going to be our target. So now we're looking for market to move from internal to external, because we are right now to internal level, right? We are at this internal range liquidity. Now we're looking for market to trade to this external next, right? So remember, price only do two things, okay? In market, the algorithm or whatever you want to say, market always do this two things. Either market will draw to old high or old low. Market will either trade towards old high, old low, और जो रीबैलेंस रहेगा मार्केट में, जो इम्बैलेंस हम लोग का रह गया, मार्केट उसको बैलेंस करने के लिए फिल करेगा बेसिकली. दैट्स व्हाट मार्केट डू. ओके, एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस कंसेप्ट you understand कि whenever market grabs some old low, it is going to trade towards the it is going to trade towards the fair value gap. Once it tap the fair value gap, it is going to next draw to the old low. Okay, of course, in upcoming class we will see some example also, so don't worry. So I hope this 2 point is clear, क्योंकि मार्केट सिर्फ यही दो चीज करता है. आइदर मार्केट इज गोइंग टू ग्रैब ओल्ड हाई ओल्ड लो एज अ लिक्विडिटी, और जितने भी इम्बैलेंस जो मार्केट फॉर्म करते जाता है, मार्केट उसको बेसिकली बैलेंस करता है, राइट? there is nothing else price does. And जो अभी हम लोग internal and external we have learned, we will use on monthly, weekly, daily time frame. Okay, personally I like to use on monthly, weekly and daily, not on 4 hour as well. Okay, but if you are someone who like to scalp, okay, scalping जिनको पसंद है, 1 minute entry पसंद है, you can look for 4 hour as well. Okay, but personally I like to use on weekly and daily most of the time, and most of the analysis you will see I use on weekly and daily. Okay, so जो internal external concept है, I personally like to use on weekly and daily. Okay, so let's come to uh, trading view, and let me show you some example basically so you can understand. Okay, so if you see current example on DXY, okay, let's come to DXY right now. Okay, so what you can see here from this price action, what you can see market has grabbed this old low here, right? Old low market यहाँ पे sweep कर चुका है, right? Right, you can see we have grabbed this old low, right? So this is our what external range liquidity. ठीक है, इससे पहले मैं एक और चीज डिस्कस करना चाहता हूँ. लेट्स से this is something. Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, I just want to touch in this quickly. Okay, so let's say market traded from this low to this high. Okay, so in the trading world now, you will see different name, but the concept remains same. Okay, so let's say this is the high, right? You can see we have this high. So यही high को लोग mark करेंगे. For example, buy side liquidity. Okay, let me थोड़ा इसको बड़ा करते हैं. So BSL basically stand for buy side liquidity. Okay, because this is the buy side liquidity, right? एंड इसी को लोग कोई मार्क करेंगे एक्सटर्नल रेंज लिक्विडिटी, कोई लोग मार्क करेंगे बाय स्टॉप. ओके, सो देयर इज डिफरेंट नेम बट कंसेप्ट रिमेन सेम. सो सेम थिंग हियर, जैसे कि ये हम लोग का ओल्ड लो है, राइट? सो पीपल विल मार्क दिस एज अ, some will mark sell side liquidity, some will mark external range liquidity, or some will mark sell stop. Okay, so it remains same. Okay, it's totally on you what you want to mark. Buy side liquidity on the buy side, if you're looking for the buy side move, and अगर कोई लो है तो आप सेल साइड लिक्विडिटी लिखना चाहो तो सेल साइड, एक्सटर्नल रेंज लिक्विडिटी सिंपल लिखना चाहो तो वो लिखो. ओके, और सेल स्टॉप लिखना तो वो लिखो. इट्स टोटली ऑन यू, इट्स अ सेम थिंग, जस्ट अ डिफरेंट नेम. ओके, सो यहाँ पे मैं ये एक्सटर्नल रेंज लिक्विडिटी को कभी कभी एज अ सेल साइड लिक्विडिटी भी लिखता हूँ. ओके, सो we have grabbed this sell side liquidity. That sometime you will see saying me, we have grabbed this sell side liquidity. It's same thing, that means we have grabbed some swing low, some old low liquidity basically. Okay, so here you can see we have grabbed the liquidity. So what we discuss right now, so let's say market अगर ये एक्सटर्नल रेंज लिक्विडिटी, लेट्स से यहाँ पे फॉर एग्जांपल मार्केट अगर ये एक्सटर्नल रेंज लिक्विडिटी ग्रैब किया है, ये ओल्ड लो ग्रैब किया है, तो व्हाट प्राइस इज गोइंग टू डू नेक्स्ट बेसिकली? Okay, price is going to trade towards the fair value gap. So you can see we have this daily time frame, right? So you can see, okay, so let's say here we grab this external range liquidity here, right? So if we have any fair value gap from this high, to this low, okay, if we have formed any fair value gap in this current leg, okay, let's say we have formed fair value gap here, for example, bearish fair value gap. So most likely price is going to trade toward this fair value gap, okay. So we trading from external to internal, okay. So that's what happening here. If you see, we have grabbed this external, and you can see in this price point, okay, in this price point, in this current leg, from this swing high, okay, this swing high to this swing low, can you spot any fair value gap? Here you can see we have this daily fair value gap. For now, ignore this weekly fair value gap. So you can see we have this daily fair value gap. So you can target this, okay. After sweeping external, market is drawing next to this daily fair value gap as an internal, okay. And once market will tap this internal range liquidity, once market will tap this internal range liquidity, what it is going to do next? It is going to trade lower, right? Because we are at this bearish fair value gap. So we can look for market to trade lower to this swing low as an external range liquidity. Okay. So once we tap this daily fair value gap, we can look for the downside move to target this external range liquidity. So internal to external. That's how basically market move. Okay. So I hope till now it is clear to you guys. Okay. And and one more thing I want to discuss. So not in this chart. Okay. So let's say, for example, we trading higher. Okay. Let's say, let me draw this. So if you see this current scenario example, for example, okay, market move, let's say from this low to this high, okay, for example purpose, okay. And here you can spot we have formed this fair value gap, okay. And let's say this is daily fair value gap, for example, okay. Let's say we formed this daily bullish fair value gap. So here can see we have this fair value gap as an internal range liquidity, right? So we have this daily fair value gap as an internal range liquidity. So I know if market will trade to this daily fair value gap, once market will tap this daily fair value gap, I can look for price to trade higher. So what I can target if I'm looking for this bullish move from this fair value gap. Here you can see we have this swing high, right? You can see we have this swing high. Already we discussed about swing high. So this is going to be our external range liquidity target. Okay. So this is going to be our external range liquidity as a target. Okay. This swing high. So let's say we form next bearish candle, for example, here. Okay. We tap this daily fair value gap. Okay. We tap this daily fair value gap here. Okay. In this candle. So if we're going to look for long, we can target this external range liquidity as a swing high. Okay, जो three candle formation था. So I am going to look for long to target this external range liquidity. And of course, in upcoming class, we will go and discuss about entry time frame as well. So don't worry. So it's not always you want to see जैसे कि अभी हमने DXY में डिस्कस किया. So ऐसा नहीं है कि हर बार आपको एकदम let's see यहाँ पे for example let me draw this. So let's say इस टाइप से प्राइस था. Okay, let's say कुछ इस टाइप से प्राइस था. And let's say if you're looking for long here, okay, if you're looking for long here, you don't have to always target this old एकदम पीछे जाके एकदम ये old high find करने का. You just find current swing high. Okay, you just find current swing high. जैसे कि यहाँ पे current swing high यहाँ पे है, right? So you can look for this fair value gap to this as an external range liquidity target. You don't have to unnecessary target this. Okay, जैसे भी हम लोग DXY में डिस्कस कर रहे थे. So for example, let's say, let me open another chart quickly and let's go replay mode. Okay. So for example, here you can see we have this daily bearish fair value gap, right? We have this daily bearish fair value gap. So I know this daily bearish fair value gap is what is this? This is our internal range liquidity, right? So if you're going to look for bearish move from this fair value gap, what we can target? Of course you will see this low, right? You will see this low, but you don't have to unnecessary target all the way back down. If you're going to look for setup at this daily bearish fair value gap, you can simply target this low, okay, जो यहाँ पे ये previous day लो होगा हम लोग का. ओके, यू कैन टारगेट द प्रीवियस डे लो, प्रीवियस डे हाई एज अ लिक्विडिटी. सो यहाँ पे हम लोग बेरिश मूव देखेंगे तो वी कैन टारगेट दिस प्रीवियस डे लो. अगर हम लोग बुलिश मूव देख रहे होते हैं तो वी कैन टारगेट द प्रीवियस डे हाई. ओके, सो जो नेक्स्ट कैंडल इससे प्रिंट होने वाला है Okay, let's say next candle open होगा, let's say it tap daily bearish value gap, and we can target this previous day low. We don't have to unnecessarily target all the way down to here. We can target this low and we can easily capitalize the move from this range to this range, and it will be enough for you to make money. You don't have to unnecessarily target all the way down. Okay, so for example here, let's do, okay, sorry, so let's come back again here. Okay, so let's say we tap this daily bullish fair value gap here. Okay, we tap this daily bullish fair value gap in this candle. Okay, and let's go replay mode as well. So we tap this daily bullish fair value gap. So we can simply target this as an external range liquidity. You can see this swing high formation. So if you're looking for the long at this internal level, internal fair value gap, we can simply target this external range liquidity. Even you can target this previous day high liquidity. Okay, so you can see, let's say if you're looking for long for at this candle. Okay, let's say you are looking for long in this candle. Okay, in this candle, this bullish candle, you can target this previous day high as a liquidity. You can target that level basically. Okay, so you don't have to unnecessarily target all the way, go back to एकदम पीछे जाके and यहाँ पे target करो. No, you do just have to capture the move. You have to understand if this is daily time frame, if this is daily time frame from price from this year to here, it will be enough to capitalize the move. Okay, so you don't have to target unnecessary. Okay, so just for example, I guess in which we had, okay, so here you can see we tap this daily bullish fair value gap, right? You can see in this candle we tap this daily bullish fair value gap. Okay, so what we can target simply this as a swing high external range liquidity. You can see this high swing high formation. The middle candle is higher than right of it and left of it. Okay, so we have this swing high formation as an external. So if I'm looking for long in this candle or in this candle, you can simply target this external range liquidity. I hope you guys can understand right now. Okay, and you can use this same thing on weekly as well. So let's say we are right now, just ignore the SMT. Okay, of course, in upcoming class, we will learn about SMT and everything. So you can see we are right now at this weekly fair value gap. And what is this weekly fair value gap? It is the internal range liquidity, right? This is our internal range liquidity. So if you're going to look for long at this weekly internal, what we can target, you can see we have this swing high. Okay, the middle candle is higher than the left and right of it. So we have this external range liquidity as a target. Okay, so you can target this as a long. Okay, if you're going to look for long at this fair value gap, you can target this external, or simply you can target this previous week high. Okay, you can see this was the last week high. Okay, this was the previous week candle. So and this high is basically what previous week high, so you can target that as well. Okay, so I hope till now it is clear with you guys what is internal external. And I'll recommend you guys, you can go to my YouTube channel, or on Udemy, you will find some internal external video. Okay, and you can watch some of my trade breakdown that I have said on my YouTube. Okay, so let me just quickly open for you guys. So if you come to my this YouTube channel, okay, you come to video, and you can find so many example trade breakdown. Even if you go and watch my any weekly forecast, I always look for market to move from internal to external. Okay, then I go to lower time frame and then I trade basically. Okay, and one more thing I want to discuss before ending this video. So personally, I like to trade only internal to external. I personally don't like to trade external to internal. What I mean, let me type this. I only like to trade internal to external. Okay, most of the time you'll see I only trade this internal to external. So let's say for example, okay, market move from this low to this high, and let's say we created here, for example, fair value gap either daily or weekly. Okay, and I personally like to wait for market to tap this fair value gap. Okay, tap this fair value gap. Once market will tap my internal range liquidity, then I'll mark my swing high or the external target, and then I'll look for internal to external as a target. So I only personally prefer internal to external, because for me it is easy to find, and most of the time we go with the trend basically. Okay, so I personally like to trade internal to external. Okay, if you can find external to internal, okay, if you for you if it is easy to find external to internal, let's say we grab this external range liquidity, for example. Okay, let's see here we have grabbed this external range liquidity as a target. You can mark, let's say, fair value gap here. If you have any fair value gap, okay, so let's say you have any fair value gap from this low to this high, and in this leg we have grabbed this external, and in this leg if you have any fair value gap, so you can target external to internal. Okay, so this is going to be a reversal setup, right? Because you trading against the trend, because you trading a reversal setup, right? So you're looking for external to internal move. Okay, so I don't personally prefer too much reversal setup. I personally like, as I said, internal to external. So let's say here I can see we have grabbed external. Here I can see we have this fair value gap as an internal. Personally, I'll wait for market to tap this internal. Okay, and once it will tap this internal, I'll be looking for the continuation to the upside. Okay, but I'll be not looking for market to external to internal. I'll tell you when you should look for external to internal, but personally I like to wait for internal to external. And I'll recommend you guys just go and watch any of my video. You will understand what I am saying, and you will see some live example in this YouTube. Okay. So thank you for watching this video. See you guys on the next video, and let me know if you guys have any question, any query, so I can help you.